This pregame show is presented by America First Credit Union. America First Credit Union has game-changing solutions for every financial need. Join the winning team today at americafirst.com. Soccer fans, welcome into Zions Bank Stadium for this matchup here between these two Western Conference teams. Las Vegas Lights entering Zions Bank Stadium to take on the Real Monarchs, and what many have coined Saints versus Sinners here on this Friday night lights here in Harriman, Utah. Welcome in, I'm Landon Southwick. Thanks for joining us today and this evening for this matchup between these two sides. Should be an interesting game. Both teams coming off losses and looking to roll the dice to see if they can bring home 3 points tonight. Monarchs haven't been particularly great at home this season, but have had their only successes here at home. Let's check out the storylines tonight between these two sides. 1-1-2 all-time between these two sides. Monarchs are winless in July of having a rough month, and the Lights come in having lost 2 straight. So we'll see how they do tonight, and both sides looking, like I mentioned, for that victory. Let's check out the players to watch tonight. As you can see, the referees grabbing the match ball. So we're almost ready to go. Let's check out the players to watch tonight for both sides, including Cal Jennings, 3 goals in 2021, having a decent game. Wasn't on the match day roster last week. 2020 17th overall super draft picked by Dallas. 21 shots in 8 games. So he ranks 20th in the USL Championship in shots this season. Let's check out the home player to watch. And this was an interesting one. The keeper, Jeff Dusnup. And Jeff tonight's is not a player that we always normally focus on being a keeper, but 17 years old, now 2-time player or has the save of the week this week, as well as one other time this season. 7 games, 22 saves, and we'll take our first break and be back with starting lineups after this. Tonight's match is brought to you by America First Credit Union. America First is proud to be the official credit union of the Real Monarchs. Whatever you need for whatever matters most, America First is here to help. By MarketStar, explore something more at MarketStar. Visit marketstar.com for careers. By University of Utah Health, the trusted healthcare provider for the RSL family and yours. Visit uofuhealth.org. And by Zions Bank, for banking that helps you tackle every financial challenge. Zions Bank is for you.
When you're a member at America First Credit Union, there's only one path to happiness, and that's whatever path you choose. So no matter where it may lead you, whatever you need to get there, or how far it may go, we'll do our best to make sure it's clear with the America First Visa credit card, because the only happiness that matters to us is yours, truly.
You are the sunrise waking my day.
I miss you guys.
You are the moonlight shining my way. This is where I call home.
It's never been more true. We take care of Utah like Utahns take care of each other. University of Utah Health.
Rule the playground. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back into Zions Bank Stadium. Let's check out the starting lineups for both sides. Lineups tonight brought to you by Market Star. Explore something more at Market Star. As you see Steve Tarundelo's crew with a pretty impressive side, 7 loanees from LAFC tonight, including a couple that we've already mentioned. Jennings up top, one to watch. Let's check out the Monarchs starting lineup and the squad that Hampson Alave's rolling out. A little bit of a different formation tonight with Quintero out wide and Bonce sitting with Davis in a unique formation there. As we're almost ready to get underway here. Center referee waiting for us up here in the booth to get going. Monarchs are going to be moving from right to left across your TV screen, wearing their cobalt kits with their yellow trim. Lights wearing their white tops with blue shorts and blue socks as we are underway. Ball's played forward, and a quick ball forward toward Halsey. Halsey's going to let it run. And Jeff, the 17-year-old Monarch keeper, will get things restarted. Quick ball over to Kyle Adams. Monarchs have liked to play short this season, playing a lot of balls inside the box from a goal kick. Had some issues a handful of games ago when the wind was blowing pretty heavily. Ball forward, trying to get over the head. Weehan, he'll track it down. He's defended closely. Weehan to the right foot, cuts in towards the top of the 18. Looks into the area, no one home, as Bonce is going to spray it wide. Finds Halsey. Halsey settles with the chest. Halsey trying to get around the defense, and he's dispossessed. Davis goes down, ball goes out wide, and it'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs. Something we've seen early on in games here at Zions Bank Stadium is the grass or the turf is wet. Players struggle a little bit with the footing as they water the pitch just before kickoff. But it seems to dissipate after that. Pioneer weekends here in Harriman. Those Utah holidays, the Pioneers arrived in the Salt Lake Valley. Fireworks in the western sky as the sun's getting close to setting. It's a little tough here early on with the sun. Try to be very attentive and call things out. Ball's going to be switched. Quezada looking forward. Ball inside. Bonce chasing. Quezada back. Leon. Cut off by Briggs. Briggs has had himself a little bit of form as of recent. 3 goals on the season. See if he can find some action tonight. Last time Monarchs were home here at Zions Bank Stadium, he scored against El Paso. Haroon playing it forward to Weehan, and the ball's out in front of him. There's some inexperience from the U side, and one of the things that we've seen from this Monarch side as of recent as well is some of the young players getting a shot. A handful of players have gone through. 5 16-year-olds have played this season for the Monarchs. As the ball's forward. Lights have numbers. Ball's out in front, and it'll be chased down. Duenas had to chase it down. He'll win the throw-in. Bad touch there. It'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs. And in return, a bad ball by the Monarchs. Sada right in front of the Monarchs bench. He'll play it in. Weehan applied pressure. Davis, Bonce. He'll take a deflection. Quintero tried to play it forward, took a deflection looking for Briggs. Kind of in between Briggs and Weehan as Briggs goes down. Interesting to see if any of the guys elect to change studs at the half, or even here in the next few minutes, as we've seen a couple times throughout the season. Ball played across, it'll go out for a throw-in. 5th minute of play here at Zions Bank Stadium. I'm Landon Southwick. Thanks for tuning in here on ESPN+. Or if you're here locally in the Utah, here in the Valley, tuning on the KSL TV app. If you'd like to join the conversation with me tonight, I'd love your thoughts, love to hear what you have to say. You can tweet at me at Landon Southwick, or you can use the hashtag SLCVLV. As you can see, our referees for tonight: Brandon Stevis, Cameron Seidler, Karsten Gilwall, Corbin May. Brandon Stevis, 19 games in the USL Championship since 2018, 58 yellows, 3 reds, and 6 PKs. He's reffed these 2 sides in separate games, once apiece, both coming in 2020. The Lights losing their game that he reffed, and the Monarchs winning theirs. Haroon crosses the midfield stripe, looking forward, trying to find Briggs, cut off. He's got to be a little crisper with his passing so far tonight. Lights will swing it along the back line. Switches sides. Ball forward. Moberg's going to be in chase with Jennings. Puts it across. And a good ball there. And it looked like Adams was maybe a touch behind Torres, or excuse me, Molina. But Molina could not get on the end of it. As a good opportunity there for the Lights. And unable to capitalize. Briggs tries to settle to Weehan. Weehan, quick touch towards Milan. Not in close enough. As you can see, head coach Steve Cherundolo, 3-time World Cup member for the U.S. men's national team. Unofficial mayor of Hanover. He had himself a career 2006, 2010, and 2014 World Cups. Hanover 96 to promotion in Germany, up into the Bundesliga. Ball takes a deflection. Monarchs with throwing. Monarchs head coach Hamas and Alave. You know, I'm sure they would have loved to be teammates. Both wonderful defenders in their own rights. Would have been a fun combination to play together. Ball wide. The Lights played inside the box. Good ball there. Settled. Still with it. Finds feet towards goal. Up and off the woodwork. And an opportunity there from Torres. And Lights FC are knocking on the door, have just been unable to capitalize. Halsey to Moberg. Moberg finally getting back in the rotation after the knee struggles. Definitely see the joy back on his face. Settled by Jennings. He plays it wide. Ball played back towards Quesada, and it'll go out for a goal kick. Your Pioneer Day plans are set when you visit rsl.com and secure your tickets to our next match against the Colorado Rapids, presented by WCF Insurance. Moberg, the recent father. Adams. Bonse. Haroon cuts inside. Finds Weehan. Weehan's going to try to go forward. Finds Milan. Milan looking ahead. Briggs Spreads wide. Milan running at the defense. Milan trying to get him cross-footed. Goes in and it's taken down. And it looked like to be all balls. A good challenge there from the Lights. Looks like he's down still. Trundle asking his team to play it out. Milan goes down hard. But it looked to be a very clean challenge there. Medical staff going to come onto the pitch. We're going to see a replay look. Be a little bit of both. It'll be a tough, hard call on Lights FC to make that call just outside the area here in the 10th minute of play. Now getting his left ankle looked at. Again, we'd like to welcome you, those of you in, especially if you're in Las Vegas tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I know there's a watch party from the electric company at the Horse Trailer Hideout. So welcome in, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Milan's up and moving. His brother's not in the 18 tonight for for Las Vegas Lights FC. Lights are 4-8-1 on the season, 13 points, sitting in 4th place, just inside the playoff picture in the Pacific Division. Monarchs 2-8-4, 10 points on the season, but sitting in the bottom spot of the Mountain Division. We'll talk a little bit about standings as we get through this match. Oberg's going to cut off that ball coming over top. Chase it to the end, or excuse me, to the touchline. Gets around Haroon. Trying to play the ball forward to Weehan, and it's cut off as Weehan has conversations with Hamza Alave. Haroon's going to play it back to Adams. Best opportunity so far through 12 minutes. Lights hitting the woodwork on the top side. Nonetheless, an opportunity. Ball up over top. Milan over everybody's head. Rando will get it. Rando will play it forward. Ball there. A good step by Moberg. Moberg's comfortable on the ball. Played left back a handful of times in the last couple seasons. Kept in by Molina. Ball kind of pinging around. At the moment, it'll be back to the keeper. Halsey and Davis. Ball back inside the Monarchs 18. Kuznup with the save of the week for a save in the last match for the Monarchs. Keeping them alive against Austin. Ball inside the area. Tracked nicely by the keeper as he comes out off his line to collect. Ball played wide. Monarchs now with possession. Halsey, he's going forward. He's got Briggs inside, going towards the 18. Milan, wide of him. Milan, cross-footed, and not getting the pass on the foot that he preferred, and it'll go out, and it'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs. A lot of action with both sides. Their MLS connection. We're also like with the midweek match, as well as LAFC. So a lot of action for both squads. The Lights are going to be back in action on Tuesday night on Taco Tuesday. Down at Cashman. Weehan, a little bit of touch, keeps possession for the Monarchs. Roon does a good job to get around two defenders. Gets it to Briggs. And Weehan will be fouled, and the free kick coming for the Monarchs. Weehan's going to be helped up by our referee. A card-happy referee. I mentioned 58 yellows in 19 games. Just over 3 yellow cards a game. Free kick coming. Milan will stand over it. One-man wall. Monarchs going to have Bodie Davis wide of him. And Adams and Moberg running towards the back post. Ball played in. Briggs gets a slight shove. The Lights will try to clear. Ball back to Milan. All the way back to Halsey. Halsey plays it forward. Moberg's going to track it down in the corner. Unable to get on the end of it, and it'll be a throw-in coming. USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward-forever-proud. Halsey goes down. Davis coming forward. Monarchs now with numbers in the box. Davis still chasing. It'll be cleared. Haroon looks back towards the keeper. He'll play it back to Jeff. Adams to Moberg, but a kind of an awkward ball there. Torres and Moberg came together. Moberg did just enough to get in the way of Torres. Shout out to the Electric Company for the nice tweets. Again, if you want to join me in the conversation, glad to read some tweets on air. Keep you guys involved throughout the match. Weehan, touch got away from him. Flags up. Jennings found himself in an offside position. Monarchs held their line pretty nicely. Almost looked a little broken as Adams had to step. But Davis tracked back. Davis sitting in more of a defensive midfield role tonight alongside Bonse. We've seen him mostly in an attacking role and out wide. We'll see how he fares tonight. Haroon goes forward. Gets out sprinted towards the corner by Quezada. Quezada will have to throw it in the corner. Throws it right to Briggs. Awkward throw in. Briggs. Opportunity, Milan. And the Monarchs should have capitalized on that opportunity. Not sure what happened there on the throw-in. My goodness, Briggs found himself in. So we're going to have to take a replay look at that one because that one was awkward at best. You can see that on the screen. Right to Briggs. Briggs, heavy touch, gets it across. Milan did not know there was a defender on the opposite side. Sun just about to set over the western mountains. Just over near the Rio Tinto Kennecott copper mines. Foul. Looks like it's now going to be a drop ball. Quickly to Halsey. Something the USL Championship has done a good job about checking to make sure it's not a head injury. So we've seen issues in history with concussions, with a number of players having concussions and having issues with that, and being allowed to come right back onto the pitch. Briggs, he'll go forward. Trying to get it back towards Weehan. Weehan, can he turn on the Jets? Unable to do so completely. There'll be a throw-in coming. Lights fans, what do you want to see in tonight's match? Let's hear from you. What do you expect from this side? Ball wide. Davis inside the area. Bodie Davis shot just into the waiting arms of Rando, and that's going to be the first opportunity, true opportunity for the Monarchs tonight. Davis might like to have that one back. He had some pace on it, really did not put it to either direction. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and the USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM 157 and the Sirius XM app. Free kick coming. Local soccer club, we'll give you a shout out to. You want that name dropped? So we see you in the tweets. Free kick coming. Distance that'll be served in. Monarchs with the two-man wall. Lights FC with a number of players inside the box. Ball's going to be driven back post. Wide open runners. Ball played through and cleared away by the Monarchs. Bonse trying to get it forward to Milan. Milan not quite on that same page. If he was maybe a touch further, would have had an opportunity to run from half field all the way towards goal. Quesada. It'll be out for a throw-in. Bad giveaway there from the Monarchs, but cleaned up and dealt with. Briggs trying to play it back, as he's done a good job holding up play for the Monarchs. Sometimes the Monarchs just don't have numbers to go with him. It takes a little too long to keep ball in his possession. Ball's wide. Played in the Monarchs. Will defend nicely. Monarchs with a bad giveaway. Ball inside the area, and that's on goal and in the back of the net. Las Vegas takes a 1-0 lead here in the 23rd minute of play as Torres puts it home. And it's 1-0 Lights FC. All from a bad giveaway. Ball gets right into Torres, and Torres, not to be mistaken, puts that back into the back of the nets. And the Lights gamble pays off with a little pressure up high. And they take the lead. Christian Torres, his third goal of the season for Las Vegas. He scored in the 23rd. Not the way the Monarchs wanted to see this one starts. Lights definitely deserving of that goal. So they've had a couple opportunities so far. Can the Monarchs respond? Briggs. Ball forward. Flag comes up on the far side, or excuse me, on the near side, indicating the player on the far side was offside. One of a handful of games around the USL Championship tonight. Is this matchup between these two sides. Lights FC have conceded the most goals in the USL Championship this season. So if you're the Monarchs, no need to panic at this point. So all is not lost. Definitely is going to make the evening a lot tougher. Oberg doing a good job to defend Jennings. It'll be out for a corner kick. The first of the evening. Cal Jennings will be credited with the assist, as he played it in nicely to Torres on the goal in the 23rd. Danny's going to drive it in. Looking back, stick. Cleared away. We'll go across the end line, and it will be another corner kick coming. If you're the Monarchs, you need to see some Danny Rojas energy tonight. And be like a goldfish and forget that goal in the 23rd. Don't worry, I'm not trying to spoil any Ted Lasso Season 2, Episode 1 moments, as I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Well, inside the air, foul called as Bonse goes down. Haroon plays it forward. Bray's gonna apply chase. Enter to win the Real Monarchs Text to Win contest. Each match will give you a keyword to text for a chance to win a pair of tickets to every single home match for the following month. Winners are randomly selected at the end of each month, so the more games you watch, the more chances to win. Tonight's keyword is fireworks. That's fireworks. Text fireworks to soccer. That's 762237. So text fireworks to 762237. Message and data rates may apply. For a full set of rules, visit realmonarchs.com. Quesada. Lights moving the ball nicely. Moberg takes a deflection towards Jennings, and he puts it towards frame, just cannot get it where he needs to. Not the best ball forward by the Monarchs keeper. We'll see a replay look at that. Jennings trying to get the little cheeky chip up over top. Just didn't catch all of it. To Davis. Davis is going to go forward alone. Davis has Weehan crossing him. Davis cutting forward. Davis in towards the 18. And finally, after weaving through a couple players, is cut off. Torres now tied for the team league in goals with the man who assisted him at 3 goals on the season. Ball forward. Briggs wide to Davis. Davis now sitting out wide. It looks like Briggs inside the area. Briggs, as he goes down, it will win a corner kick for the Monarchs, their first of the match. Quintero and Davis look like they've kind of switched, as Quintero and Bonse will sit alongside each other in more of a defensive position with Davis out wide. Monarchs will see if they can level things up here in the 29th minute. First corner kick of the evening for them. Ball played back post, looking towards Adams, cleared away. Bonse's there. Bonse plays it back to Halsey. Halsey's going to try to the big switch. Lund settles with his chest. Back to Davis. Matero taken down, ball wide. Ball wide, Lights threatening again. Heavy touch there by Jennings. Monarchs. There's going to be a yellow card shown. It's not a yellow card you want to pick up if you're Steve Cherundolo, and I'm sure he's frustrated with his center back fall. Amadou fall. As it hits our referee. As we'll see our first yellow card of the evening shown on a silly play. Like I mentioned, can't imagine Cherundolo is too happy with that one. 31st minute, 1-0 Lights FC. So we're gonna bring Monarchs regular up in the booth with us here in the next few minutes. Opportunity, Jennings goes down. Ball played forward towards Briggs, who's defended nicely. As Halsey goes down to ground. It'll be a throw-in coming for Lights FC. Here's Jennings is still down. Might see medical staff come on to help him out. Jennings back up. As we're joined by Monarchs captain at many times this season, one of the leaders, one of the lone holdovers from the 2020 season, Sam Brown. Sam, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate
Sam,
it.
I think this is the first time we've had you up here, and I think I want to say it should be the only time you need to be up here in the booth.
Yeah, hopefully the only time. But, yeah, happy to be here.
Keeping you down on the pitch and healthy and active. Sam, we're seeing some things from the Monarchs that maybe we haven't seen throughout the season, maybe some uncharacteristic weak giveaways. We've also seen a couple players in different positions tonight. Davis sitting in that defensive role, more your position. What have you seen so far from a player standpoint and from your eyes?
Yeah, I think you're spot on with, you know, I think we've kind of been the ones who have shot ourselves in the foot a couple times with giveaways and mistakes that are uncharacteristic, and I think, you know, that's on us and we have to be better. And as far as, like, you know, guys, sorry, can you hear me now?
We'll just get you to talk a little louder.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I was just saying that I think we've kind of been, you know, responsible for some of those mistakes that have led to, you know, goals or opportunities for our teams. And I think we're the first ones that can say, myself included, that, you know, that's got to be better for us and that shouldn't happen.
So, Sam, one of the things that we've seen tonight, couple opportunities from both sides on mistakes, but the flow has been fairly decent from both sides. If you're Homison and you're sitting near Homison, what is Homison saying to the guys right now? What's the message for this side? What is Homison trying to accomplish here in the 33rd minute?
I think right now is just trying to get us back to what we worked on during the week, which is a lot of, you know, quick possession, quick build-up. I think we've seen with Las Vegas, they're a side similar to us where they're a bit younger and maybe not as experienced, so we're hoping to take advantage of what the game gives us. And I think hopefully if we get one here before half, we'll be good to go in the second half for a comeback.
Sam, since we haven't had you up here, I know your story is kind of an interesting one. Got a chance to intern for Real Salt Lake. How has it been kind of coming full circle and getting an opportunity to go from being someone doing duties for the club to being captaining the USL Championship side?
Yeah, it's been really special. I've been super fortunate with you know, the coaching staff and the front office. Obviously, me starting as an intern and then becoming a player. You know, I think I'm super grateful for it. It's been a great journey the past couple of years. I think, you know, my first year I didn't play a whole lot. But in 2020, I was a pretty big piece of the team last year, and then this year, one of the few returning guys and one of the veterans. It's been special. It's been special. I'm super grateful that the club has believed in me and given me opportunities to play and to perform.
How was it to be around, as we're going to see a replay look, and those two guys got a little tangled up? A little business after the ball, too, as they get a warning from a referee. How was it to be a part of the club winning the lone title for this club, the 2019 USL Championship? How was that being a part of that group? What made that group so special?
I think when we won it, we went on a pretty good run late in the season. We had
a killer run late.
Yeah. We had put together a couple of good performances, a couple of big wins on the road. I think the biggest thing was there was no one kind of player who carried like an ego per se. So there were guys who were contributing, I think, from all positions and all roles on the team. And I think that's kind of what carried us into the postseason. Guys knew their roles. Guys knew what they were good at. We had a system that worked. We had a coaching staff that believed in us. And, it kind of came together at the right time.
And talking about this year's team, there's a lot of young players. I think we've mentioned 5 16-year-olds have played for this side. How is it playing with some of these young kids, and what can you help them do to be continual professionals and continue their careers much longer than just a few years?
I think it starts in training and with good training habits and good practices with them down on the grass fields. I think a lot of those guys come right from the academy, and they're not as they're a bit fresh-faced and a lot of excitement and a lot of obviously talent. But I think the biggest thing is kind of nurturing that talent and doing it in the right ways and making sure they have good role models in front of them. And as far as like on the field, I think making sure that they know that they're for a reason, and they know that fellow players believe in them and are confident in them, and they should be confident in themselves as well.
Was there a player that took you under your wing or under his wing during your start of your career?
Yeah, I'd say, all the guys were great. All the guys were great. I'd say Conrad Plua was a big influence on me. He and I have a good relationship, and I think when there were times that I didn't really know what my role was and maybe not playing as much, he was the one who kind of was in my ear telling me to keep pushing, wait for your opportunity, it'll come.
A foul called as Adams got taken down just on top of the 18. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah. Conrad was a huge impact for me, and so I'm super thankful that I'm super thankful that he was there for me.
Well, Sam, thanks for taking the time. We'll let you get back to the match, see if the Monarchs can pull one back to level it up before halftime. Weehan inside the area. Weehan! And we are level. Snake Eyes here at Zions Bank Stadium. 1-1. Here's the Monarchs with some beautiful build-up. And Sam, that's some good luck. Get out of here while the going's good.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
As the Monarchs level things up. Charlie Weehan finding the back of the nets. And the Monarchs needed that goal. They've often found goals late in the first half. Weehan puts it by the keeper, slots it home, and the assists will go to Briggs here in the 39th minutes. It's gotta feel good for Weehan. Bonse battling inside the midfield. Bonse over to Davis. Monarchs with some new life. Davis tracks it down. 1v1. He'll play it inside the box, looking towards Weehan, and cleared away. Quintero, heavy touch. Ping pongs around. Monarchs are back August 4th with the Toros. Take advantage of our family 4-pack. 4 tickets and 4 hot dogs for just $36. Call 844-REAL-TIX. Good gravy, that's a great deal. 4 tickets and 4 hot dogs for just $36. Call 844-REAL-TIX. I'd be remiss if I did not mention that's Charlie Weehan's first professional goal, and one he'll always remember. Jeff comes out nicely, top of the area, and collects it and gets a nice ovation from the crowd as he read that play nicely. Milan trying to get around the spin, sticks up his hand, and the ball played into it. Charlie Weehan, the Stanford product. A solid college career. And his brother has been a phenomenal player in the USL Championship. Ball's wide. Monarchs, you can tell, with some new life here late in the first half. 41st minute of play. We have a couple other players joining us here, as well as Monarchs general manager, or assistant general manager, Tony Beltran, here at the half. So we're gonna have a few conversations, learn about the club and learn about some of the things that you and I may not see on a regular basis. Weehan, Milan, space, and there's kind of that gap between the defense and the midfield as Weehan and Milan Losky have found their space inside a couple times so far. Bonce didn't pick up his head, had space to go forward. The ball go back to Adams, then to Haroun Kante. Davis into Briggs. Heavy touch by Briggs. For the W, the USL recently announced the formation of the USLW League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer, both on and off the pitch, comprised of clubs from across the championship, League One and League Two, and new expansion markets. The W League is set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to uslwleague.com to learn more. Haroun battling with Molina. Molina's going to elect to play it all the way back. We are level here. 1-1. Moberg goes to ground. Moberg does a nice job to play it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Lights. Moberg battling. Jennings plays it in. Still inside the box. Dusna save. Still inside the area. Body's on the ground. And it'll be played out. And the Mountain comes up big. Whether he knew it or not. Kind of takes a ping. Torres towards Jeff. Hits off his hip. Kind of an awkward play. But nonetheless a save. At LAFC Central Show says, for the record, I love this goal. The cutback and the forward knowing he can take it and put it away. Keep the comments coming. Let me know where you're watching from tonight. Whether you're locally here in the state of Utah or down in Las Vegas or another part of Nevada or somewhere else around the country, let us know. We have a couple fans that tune in from India on occasion. It's the morning, Saturday morning there at this point. Nice little touch there. Zero. You can see the skill at moments from him and the impressive turns. the talent tonight. A lot of young players on the pitch tonight for both sides, including Lights FC. Like we mentioned, the 7 loanees. Hard touch there by Jennings as he had an opportunity to go forward. And kind of an awkward situation there for him. He's had his moments tonight to get in and behind. Quesada. He'll get it back on the return pass. Picks up his head, goes at Haroun. Haroun goes down, he's inside the area. Ball's cut off by Bonse. The Monarchs will have a throw-in coming. Stoppage time tonight is brought to you by America First Credit Union. America First Credit Union has financial products and services you need to take care of your family, yourself, your family, and your business. So 1 minute of stoppage is announced here at Zions Bank Stadium. Monarchs leveled things up in the 39th after the game's opening goal by Torres in the 23rd for Lights FC. All knotted up. Played forward, Moberg. He'll win the header. Second ball won by the Monarchs momentarily. Lights FC down the far side. Monarchs will cut it out, and that's the whistle for halftime. 1-1 here at Zions Bank Stadium. Monarchs level late. As we're going to take a first quick break, and we'll be back with first half thoughts, analysis, and highlights after this.
Rule the playground. Toyota, let's go places.
When you're a member at America First Credit Union, there's only one path to happiness, and that's whatever path you choose. So no matter where it may lead you, whatever you need to get there, or how far it may go, we'll do our best to make sure it's clear with the America First Visa credit card, because the only happiness that matters to us is yours, truly.
The best line of defense against the virus is getting the vaccine.
Take your shot.
Tomar la vacuna.
Let's get back in the game.
Volvamos al juego.
Get vaccinated.
Vacúnate.
For yourself.
For your teammates.
Por tu compañero de equipo.
For your family.
And for the community.
For information on getting vaccinated, visit coronavirus.utah.gov.
Zion is much more than just these cliffs. We're all a part of this. When I'm painting, my goal is ultimately to inspire people through that artwork to go out and find their own personal experience. I think that only when we personally connect with a place do we truly gain the power to protect it. And that's the whole point, is to protect this place, not just for us here today, but for future generations forever.
Atlas Disposal is dedicated to preserving the spaces we share.
We also understand the importance of sustaining our resources.
We're proud to bring our operations to Utah with technologies like zero-emission vehicles and a new recycling system coming to Rio Tinto Stadium starting in 2020.
Together, we can keep Utah beautiful and sustainable for generations to come.
First-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
The 18, the Marcus Sargent goes to his left, hard strike, and it's in the net, 2-1 Oakland.
Split shit, another massive stop. Shoots, deflected, and a big save from Rawls as Asante takes this on. Oh, that's a tremendous goal from Solo.
Tonight's halftime show is presented by America First Credit Union. America First is proud to be the official credit union of the Real Monarchs. Whatever you need for whatever matters most, America First is here to help. By MarketStar, explore something more at MarketStar. Visit marketstar.com for careers. And by Les Olson and Sharp, dominate the pitch with an agile workflow. Equip your Sharp office with brilliant professional monitors, cutting-edge collaboration boards, and state-of-the-art multi-function copiers with Alexa-enabled voice commands. Sharp and the Les Olson Company, official office technology partners of the Real Monarchs. Well, welcome back to Zions Bank Stadium. 1-1 here between these two sides. Let's check out the USL Team of the Week. Solomon Asante is the Player of the Week, presented by Clear Audio, as we see a former Monarch, Kalen Ryden, getting the nod, and a handful of other guys that we've seen this season. Nathan Tucker Boone, Matt Cardoni, Jonathan Gomez, a handful of solid guys. But Solomon Asante, 1 goal and 3 assists versus Los Dos, as he's having himself a season so far and continuing to have a solid USL championship career. Let's check out the USL news and notes for the time. Phoenix celebrates, like we talked about, Solomon Asante about to make his 100th appearance in the USL Championship. Monarchs have had a couple of those, Moberg and Brody being the two, averaging over a goal a game, which is incredible. Bull defense stacking up shutouts, leading the league with 6 shutouts and a .40 goals against as a starter. New Mexico looking to bounce back. New Mexico had a little bit of a tough run, but going to play El Paso and seeing if they can bounce back. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with highlights after this, some scores, and we'll talk about what needs to happen for both sides, and a special guest will join us.
When you're a member at America First Credit Union, there's only one path to happiness, and that's whatever path you choose. So no matter where it may lead you, whatever you need to get there, or how far it may go, we'll do our best to make sure it's clear with the America First Visa credit card, because the only happiness that matters to us is yours, truly.
I remember the first time Taylor brought me to Moab. It was life-changing. I think that switch from caring to loving to respecting is when it makes your heart feel like fire. Exploring with kids is a whole different experience, but the approach is really the same for all of us. It's about being mindful, being aware of what's going to help versus what's going to harm. That's what we really want to teach our kids.
playground. Toyota, let's go places.
You are the sunrise waking my day.
I miss you guys.
You are the moonlight shining my way. This is where I call home.
It's never been more true. We take care of Utah like Utahns take care of each other. University of Utah Health.
Anderson, Julio. Ball is out into the back of the net. What a debut for Anderson, Julio. Lilac heads it for Rabin. Golazo! Rubio Rabin!
Atlas Disposal is dedicated to preserving the spaces we share.
We also understand the importance of sustaining our resources.
We're proud to bring our operations to Utah with technologies like zero-emission vehicles and a new recycling system coming to Rio Tinto Stadium starting in 2020.
Together, we can keep Utah beautiful and sustainable for generations to come.
Back live as you get a shot of a couple fans enjoying. I thought they were Red Bulls for a second, but I'm not quite sure what they are. We'll just say they're Red Bulls for right now. Keep it PG if there were anything different. Let's check out the scores around the USL Championship. Couple games in action. As you see, one of the favorites, Sean, up there, a legend here. San Antonio FC with a midweek 3-0 victory over New Mexico. We talked a little bit about that. New Mexico going to have to bounce back. Pittsburgh 3-1 over New York Red Bulls 2. Battery 2-0 over the Independents. And in the 7th minute of play, Switchbacks FC and Louisville City in what should and is an exciting game. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. I have a special guest joining me, Assistant General Manager for Real Salt Lake. And the man making some of the action happen here for the Monarchs, bringing in some of these young guys. Assistant General Manager, Tony Beltran. Tony, thanks for joining me. I know a little bit unique, but we've had you one other time this season. We appreciate you taking the time to come up in here. And one of the things that, and you can come jump on this seat right here if it works for you. But Tony, one of the things that we've talked about is the youth here. I know I've mentioned tonight 5 16-year-olds have played for this Monarch side. And I know the vision and some of the shift that's happened has been gradual. And for some people, maybe shocking, but how quick it happened. But this year, we've seen a young side. And guys that are having success in other places, like MLS Next Cup,
Sure.
Fernando Delgado, spending time with the U15s, winning the title with them.
As a
What is that?
14-year-old.
Yeah, which is incredible. And we hope to see him on the field at some point this season. He'd break the USL Championship record for youngest player. But what does that mean for the club to have that pipeline of youth talent that's getting professional minutes here with the Monarchs, that's getting opportunities to train with the first team, that's getting opportunities to go train with the Mexican national team and the Gold Cup? What does that mean for this club?
No, it's fantastic. You know, this is the future of Real Salt Lake right here. This is why the Monarchs are here. This is why the Academy is here. This is our motto. We're all about development. And so it's really exciting. All the things you mentioned, you know, there's a litany of others, and, you know, it's about the next generation. It always is. And so we've seen a lot of that. Look, I think it makes the results and the week-to-week a little bit difficult for the Monarchs and the Monarchs fan base, and it may be a little bit harder for people to understand why it hasn't been an overwhelmingly winning season. But, you know, we are winning in the sense of we're getting such opportunity for young players in a professional environment against professionals. And so, you know, we've seen success at the academy level, and I'm so happy for the boys, for our director of coaching, Arnold Reisenberg. They have been through a tremendous amount through COVID and, you know, through the different iterations of dorm life and everything. And just so fantastically happy for them and for the Monarchs as well, for players, like you said, young players to get opportunity and to play next to professional players from the first team, players with the Monarchs full time. And it's development is very fun, and we're very fortunate to have
Well,
it.
and we've seen it over time with guys. Ochoa, everybody was clamoring for an opportunity. David needs to be the starting keeper. David needs to be in goal for Real Salt Lake. And he spent time in 2019 on a playoff run and a championship run with this Monarch side. What did that do for his level of confidence that we can equate to players on the field, that they're going to have those same opportunities now? Maybe not a championship run, but what is that is that kind of the model for some of these guys to get true experience, kind of see how to be a professional, then when it's their time, they're getting the opportunity?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's a perfect example, and there's countless others. You can go back over the years. Michael Chang, the Douglas Martinez, Nicholas Beasler, Andrew Brody as well, Noah Powder. But David is a fantastic example, and I think it's a good comparison for someone like Jeffrey Dusnup, who's in goal tonight for the Monarchs.
Gavin Beavers.
Absolutely. Hasiel Orozco, who just returned from being away with the U20 Mexican national team. And look, this is the perfect environment for them to learn how to be a professional. And David did very well coming in and winning a championship in his inaugural year with the Monarchs as a pro. And look at him now for the first team. He's had a very mature start to the year. And we hope there's plenty of others that follow his path.
Stopping PKs from Carlos Vela.
Yeah, that
kind of feels nice, I'm sure. I know the 3 points would have meant more, but
it was very Nick Raimondo-esque.
It's got to feel good. And Tony, I know we've talked about your career at times over the years out of UCLA. What would it have meant if there was an opportunity to get some professional minutes after college?
Yeah, I try not to think about that, to be honest, and it just makes me melancholy. But no, it's these, the structure in place here. It's fantastic for all the young men in our academy and with the Monarchs, and they're very fortunate to have it, and I know they know that, and I know they're working hard each day to prove that they can go to the next level.
And we're seeing that tonight even from Las Vegas. 7 loanees from LAFC. And that's something clubs in the MLS are starting to realize, that there needs to be a true level of development. And Seattle proved that 2 nights ago, right? Last night?
Last night with the win against Austin, yes.
Incredible, starting so many young players. And I think that shift, and correct me if I'm wrong, is really starting to change in U.S. soccer.
It is, absolutely, and I think that the trend is because there's so much money behind that, of course, because of the amount of young players in our league and MLS that have been transferred outside of MLS, and other clubs are starting to get privy to the fact that the development model can pay monetary dividends down the road.
And is that a hard thing as a general manager, being put in a position where you're growing a player to only sell him off? I mean, FC Dallas, we've seen that quite frequently. Some of these players, Weston McKennie, all of a sudden you're watching this kid through your academy, and next thing you know, he's playing in a Champions League game.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting, and but I don't think it makes the job any more difficult. I think the player and management side are like-minded. We want our players to be as successful as possible in the biggest arenas, the biggest clubs in the world. We just want them to develop through Real Salt Lake, through our teams, and play for our first team first before they go on to other opportunities.
And that's been one of the challenges that we've seen in years past. Is Milan just outside the area, picks up his head, shot towards goal, and deflected by Mamadou Fall. He'll be out for a corner kick, second of the evening, first of the second half. And I'll hit you with a question here in a second, just after this corner kick.
Sure.
47th minute, couple changes, and we'll talk about those changes. Briggs came off, and it looks like Jason Ramirez came on. Milan standing over the corner kick. Davis short. He'll drive it looking back post towards Adams. Adams rises high, like a coming together of 2 heads, and we've got a player down. This one's going to be whistled. Player's up. Center referee let play go. Davis. Out wide to Milan. Milan cutting in. Milan inside the area. Milan left-footed crack. Takes a deflection. Not cleared completely by Las Vegas. Struggling to clear their lines. But Tony, I mean, when we talk about guys in the past and some of the academy guys that the Monarchs never saw and that went to Europe, and RSL fans clamor and feel like they lost out, how is the process for you guys now to make sure you're not losing out on the Gavin Beavers of the world, or some of these young players that one day might end up playing for Bayern Munich or Barcelona? I mean, you just never know.
Yeah, no, that is the hope, and you're right, you never know. Who a player is at 15, doesn't always dictate who he is at 18 or 22 or beyond. And quite frankly, through my experience, the best players aren't really always the ones to make it. It's kind of, a mix of all. But the answer to your question would be, look, we need to offer players, younger younger players contracts earlier and get them under contract with our professional teams and get them on that pathway as a professional. And, you know, we have, I think it just speaks to the work of our staff and you know, how far along our academy is, the fact that, look, we haven't hit on every opportunity and every player, and we have a lot of good players playing in a lot of parts, you know, for big teams in parts of the world, but we also have a lot of great players playing for our first team right now.
Bodie Davis called for their professional foul as he dragged down Lights player and was shown yellow here in the 49th. And that's an interesting thought, and something that'll continue to pay dividends is this beautiful complex here at Zions Bank Stadium, the fields, the situation here for the Monarchs, and that's not something every MLS team has.
Sure.
Do you feel like that gives you guys a major leg up in maybe the recruiting? We've talked to Gavin's dad and heard from him saying how important it was to have Mirza as a phenomenal coach. This situation here with the academy, the fields, and the opportunity to say he could go up to the first team.
Absolutely. Having everything under one roof is very, very helpful, because, you know, we can very fluidly on any given day have players from the academy go up to the Monarchs, players from the Monarchs go for the first team, or even academy players go up to the first team. And so that gives us such a tremendous advantage where our staff, you know, from the top to the bottom, are educated on our entire player pool and our entire depth chart. And so I think once you get people in the building, once you get them here in Harriman, it's usually a very easy sell, because this place sells itself, and it's ideal from that development aspect.
Halsey wide, plays it inside the box. Good looking ball, still inside the area. Johnson takes his first touch of the game and takes a deflection. But the Monarchs knocking on the door here in the second half. And Tony, one final question. Anybody we should be keeping an eye on, or anybody that's coming up through the academy that gives you the butterflies of excitement?
You know, I think you can throw a dart at the U15 team who just won the MLS Next Cup, and that answers your question right there. It was a very capable team led by Andrew May and Arnold Reisenberg, and I'm so happy for those boys, and there's a ton of talent there as well.
So like Axel? Guy we need to keep an eye on. I'm putting him on the spot. I'll stop. Tony Beltran, Assistant General Manager. Thanks for joining us, Tony. Thanks for taking the time. It's always interesting to see some insights and learn more about the club, so we appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
51st minute of play. We're all level here at Zions Bank Stadium. So we've had some fun guests joining me in the booth tonight. Always exciting and interesting to hear inputs. And I know Lights fans have had the benefit of having a number of guys throughout this season down from LAFC. And I think a lot of that follows a similar model in the sense that giving guys opportunities at a young age pays dividends for these clubs, as that deal was signed in March between LAFC and Las Vegas Lights. It'll be a corner kick coming for the Lights here in the 52nd. Third corner kick for them. Inside the area, Boberg. Man, the guy's a wall, standing in front, deflects it, and he'll play it out for a throw-in. Throw-in coming for the Lights here in the 52nd. Davis and Lights played with a little less energy, and the Monarchs have seemed a little more engaged ever since they scored the goal in the 39th. Nice ball wide. Opportunity coming for the Lights on frame, or excuse me, towards frame, but up and over the bar. Goal kick coming. Quickly taken to Adams. Big ball forward, looking for Ramirez. Monarchs without that target forward anymore. Visit RSL.com and get your summer plan set with an RSL partial ticket plan. Losky forward, out of play. So we've got the wee hands, the Loskis, a handful of brother combinations in the USL Championship. No, we're not talking like a Step Brothers movie situation. Ball towards Johnson, bounces over his head. Haroon's gonna try to keep it in, not able to get to it, and it'll go out. So Monarchs made 2 substitutions at the half. Malik Johnson came in to replace Briggs. And Quintero left the match, being replaced by Ramirez. Monarchs using 2 quick subs at the half. It's a beautiful Friday night here in Harriman, Utah. Still some color in the western sky. And an occasional firework popping off. Halsey trying to find Milan. Not the ball he wanted. Moberg steps up. Pushes hard. Jeff off his line. He'll let it roll all the way back into his box where he gets his first touch. We mentioned some of this in the pregame. Monarchs have been winless in July. They've been outscored 7-2 in the 3 losses. As Haroon plays it in. No one there. As Fall pushes it out, and it'll be a throw in. Nope, kept in by Haroon. Haroon tries to get around the defender. A little bit of a heavy touch, and it'll be a throw in coming. Goal differential -12 for Las Vegas and -9 for the Monarchs, both sitting with a negative goal differential. 3 points would be huge for either side. Like we mentioned, Lights FC in the playoff hunt, above the playoff line currently with 13 points. Interestingly enough, Monarchs would need to jump all the way up to 18 points. 19 points to be in that playoff position. So a lot bigger of a disparity in the Mountain Division. Ball forward, Torres. Trying to find number 2 of the game and find his brace. Jeff came off his line. Jennings, big save there. And Jeff has come up big. Duznup with another big save, as he's had a handful tonight. Mentioned in the pregame, coming into tonight's 7 games and 22 saves. A foul and a free kick coming for the Monarchs. 57th minute. Substitutes up and stretching, well, a couple of them at least. 3 to be exact for Steve Cherundolo. Homison made those 2 substitutes at the half. His others are stretching it out a little bit in the corner. Pretty decent crowd on hand here tonight. As we mentioned, a holiday weekend here in the state of Utah. So a lot of different things going on. Handful of different rodeos, as a matter of fact, in and around the area. Halsey's going to chase it to the corner. As Halsey and Fall tangle up a little bit, but both walk away. There'll be a goal kick coming. Gotta love Nicholas Murray at the USL League office. 4 years, 2 months, and 18 days after brother Weehan scored his first goal in the championship, Charlie follows suit. Kind of fun to see that figure. Halsey, nice little move. Halsey with a snake. Cannot get around as we've got a player down in the box. The medical staff's gonna be waved on. So Chris Weehan Scored a goal 4 years, 2 months, and 18 days ago as you're seeing a replay look. Johnson gets around. Johnson gets tangled up. Looks like we have a player down. Is it Fall or Leon? Looks like it's Leon. United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. That's uslsoccer.com. Looks to be up and walking it off. Still a little bit of a limp. Still step off the pitch here in the 60th. Fourth official over there checking on things. As the Tokyo Olympics had their opening ceremonies this evening, or yesterday there, I guess, officially. Ball forward. Torres looking for the brace. Torres inside the area. Torres cuts back. Moberg gets a touch. Single touch, still inside the area, and Moberg clears. Johnson looking forward to Ramirez. Ramirez inside the area. Ramirez, keeper's out. Rando does a good job to cover up, smothers the fire, and shuts down the Monarchs attack. This was just kind of an awkward play. Both players bumping and going. Rando came out. Smothered nicely in the 61st. End-to-end action here at Zions Bank Stadium. Adams goes down momentarily. Moberg comes clattering through, gets a good challenge through, but still in possession for Lights FC. Ball's wide. Played inside the area and in. Flag stays down. And I don't know if it touched anybody going in. And the Monarchs give up the lead, or excuse me, the tie, and it's a 2-1 lead for Lights FC. We're gonna have to see a replay look at that one because that was kind of an awkward ball that came through, but nevertheless ends up in the back of the nets. Torres. And Jennings looks to have gotten the touch. So we'll see our second replay. Torres. Jennings, I don't know if he caught it with his quads, but it looked like he put the finish in. Here's the final replay look. Oh, yep, the knees. As Jennings now finds himself on the score sheet after getting the assist on the Torres goal. 62nd minutes, LAFC up to, or excuse me, Las Vegas Lights FC up 2-1. Jennings now takes the lead, the team lead with 4 goals, as that assist will be given to Torres, who was the goal scorer on the first goal. Both giving each other opportunities back and forth. Olowski, dispossessed. It's going to go towards the touchline. It's going to be played off him and for a goal kick. We're going to see our first substitutions for Lights FC as Julian Vasquez and Jaime will come on. As Julian's going to come on for Torres, who scored the game's opening goal. And Jaime's going to come on for Dueñas. Trying to get multiple changes here done. Monarchs going to go with 2 additional as Mata and Flores will come on to the match here in a second. This play will restart. And we were remiss if we did not talk about this. Our deepest condolences go out to the Vasquez family. Julian, who lost his mother this past week, 5 days ago, as she passed away after a tough-fought battle with cancer. And we have to give a shout-out to that family, including his dad, Juan Carlos, as he was a wonderful member of this club for a number of years and as a local Utah boy. So our condolences, our deepest condolences to them, and we wish them the best at this tough time. And it's good to see him back out on the pitch playing soccer. His mom, Wendy, was a wonderful lady and always very supportive of him. 3 goals in the game tonight, 2 for Las Vegas Lights, 1 for the Monarchs. Seen a number of changes. We're going to see 2 additional changes. Monarchs are going to have 4 substitutions all through 65 minutes as Mata will come on for Weehan. And Flores is going to come on. Only seeing the first number. It looks like Flores is going to come on for Harun Conte. Monarchs using 4 of their 5 substitutions so far. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. That's selectsportamerica.com. 66th minutes. Monarchs trail 2-1. Hamas Alave throwing some substitutes in this match to see if he can shake things up. Steve Cherundolo used 2 just moments ago, adding some firepower in Vasquez. Up top, and Jaime in the midfield. Ball inside the area towards Vasquez. Vasquez off the post. Vasquez almost scoring in his return to Zions Bank Stadium. Ball still played in, and it'll go out for a throw-in on the far side as Flores will go to take the throw-in. Monarchs came out moving, giving up that goal. As Lights FC now lead. And now have to battle back once again. Mata trying to get around Fall. Fall sensed and heard the footsteps. Ball's wide. Vasquez and Jennings inside the area. Ball cuts in towards goal. Dusnup sees it the whole way and collects. He'll play a quick ball out to Davis. Davis early on in the season playing with a lot of confidence. He seemed to be maybe lacking a little bit of that recently, and I know he's been tasked with the tough assignment of switching positions a couple times tonight. We saw him in an unfamiliar role defensively, more of a defensive mid position, as he's now kind of back in that role, having switched for a few. Halsey's down. Looks like he's got a cramp in the left leg. The Monarchs don't have a lot of options in the sense that they've used 4 of 5. Kevin Salcedo, Julio Benitez would be the other 2 options. And additionally, Beavers. Salcedo would possibly be an option. You could bring him alongside Adams and move Moberg out wide. Monarchs going to make some slight adjustments defensively. As Halsey's going to get some liquid goo. See if we can get some energy. It's time to pull out the pickle juice. Davis trying to find Mata. Takes a deflection on the way in. The drum's starting to beat. Halsey's back in. Halsey's got Vasquez. Jennings turns around, got in front of Moberg. Moberg defensive nicely. Ball's gonna be swung wide to Vasquez. Vasquez. Davis. Bonse goes up with a couple between the trees. Halsey's gonna take a heavy challenge from the backside. Be fouled and go down. It'll be a free kick coming for the Monarchs here in the 70th. Again, guys, if you have anything you'd like to mention here on the broadcast, send me a tweet. You're on Twitter, at Landon Southwick, or you can use the hashtag SLCVLV. Try to bring the tweet into the conversation. Hear what you guys have to say. What needs to happen for both sides to secure points? Halsey trying to find Mata. Moberg's going to get on his horse. He's going to have to chase down Jennings. Jennings, a goal and an assist on the Knights. On the touchline, he cuts back in. Jennings in towards goal. An awkward situation. Ball was played back to Jeff. Worried he could not pick it up. He plays it out, gets the ball out of dodge. Lights threatening again, ball inside the area. Jennings was right in the middle of the pitch, waiting just in front of the PK spot as Moberg slow to get up. I wonder if the Monarchs defense is showing signs of fatigue. Crowd starts chanting, "Let's go Monarchs." Trying to give the boys a little bit of energy. Davis, Bonse. And the combination's not quite there. Dylan Bricks, Daddy DMX is thinking it's going to be a 2-2 final. Ramirez, he's moving quickly. So Ramirez forces the keeper to come out. Davis quickly into Halsey. Back to Davis. Over to Ramirez. Ramirez will play it in, looking towards Mata, trying to find somebody. Milan, top of the area. Milan, goal! I think Mata got the touch late and redirects it, and the Monarchs level things up 2-2. Deuce is wild here at Zions Bank Stadium. 73rd minute as Mata finally gets his name on the score sheet. The Kiwi levels things up here in the 73rd as Milan took a rip, and the deflection from Mata just in front of the Monarchs supporter group, Wasatch Legion. Sometimes there's a commentator's curse. Sometimes there's a Twitter curse. Or a Twitter correction there from Dylan Bricks. The prophetic 2-2. It's going to be a foul called. Milan comes up. Little gimp. You're going to see a replay look at that one. He got bowled over by Quesada. Free kick coming for the Monarchs. Monarchs trying to see if they can now find the go-ahead goal here. Can they find it? This one's on frame. And going for the near post. Maybe a little bit ambitious from that distance. Ramirez towards Matza and cut off. Monarchs calls for a handball. Fans still clamoring. Unfortunately, no VAR to check that one out. But we'll have to take a replay, and we have the benefit of seeing that. Monarchs level 2-2. Lights trying, flags up on Jennings. And it'll be a free kick coming. Both goal scorers for the Monarchs tonight with their first goals. One being a first professional goal and one being the first for his time here in Utah when Max Matza, the Kiwi. Looking to start the second half of the season on a high note. Oakland Roots SC welcomes high-powered Phoenix Rising FC when the USL on ESPN continues. Don't miss any of the action from the Golden State Wednesday, August 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Moberg with the header. Harry Ruiz tweeting, tight contest in Utah. Monarchs tied up in the 73rd. Will Lights FC be able to get another goal in the final stretch of this game? Ball wide. Vasquez, top of the area, calling for the ball. Vasquez looked like the pass was towards him, but cut off. Milan with the attempted turn, but unable to get away. Wayne Price looking for that shout out. Halsey, good little move there. Halsey playing it forward towards Ramirez. Ramirez trying to get the touch to Mata. Mata back to Ramirez. Ramirez up and around Fall. Ramirez, couple players around him, and he'll be taken out. There'll be a free kick coming for the Monarchs. Wayne Price hoping for a Monarchs winner. Looking for a shout out. There you go. At MMA Viewpoints. Moberg asking and pleading to our center referee for something. As Halsey's down way behind the play. As the trainer's going to come on for him. And I can't imagine he's going to last much longer knowing that the cramps have set in. It'll be a second time. Free kick coming. Halsey still getting stretched out. Monarchs finally making the call from the bench. Down, and I'm guessing, like I mentioned, it'll be Salcedo as he gets a couple runs in. Enter to win the Real Monarchs Text to Win contest. Each match will give away a keyword for you to text for your chance to win a pair of tickets to every single home match for the following month. Winners are randomly selected at the end of each month, so the more games you watch, the more chances to win. Tonight's keyword is fireworks. Text fireworks to 762237. That's fireworks to soccer 762237. Message and data rates may apply. For a full set of rules, visit realmonarchs.com. Lenny Neons asks on Twitter, I haven't yet gone to a Monarchs game. What is the best reason to come watch? 4 goals through 78 minutes. Pretty decent reason. But a beautiful environment here at Zions Bank Stadium, especially here late in fall. Next match here at Zions Bank Stadium will be pups at the pitch night. So Lenny, if you have a pup, bring them down to the pitch. An opportunity to see some up and coming talent for the RSL family. So Las Vegas Lights have some fun action happening on Tuesday night. A quick turnaround for them as it'll be Taco Tuesday. As Halsey's going to take his time. Salcedo's up, and I mentioned probably we'll see something for the likes of Salcedo coming in for Halsey. And Moberg will move out wide with Salcedo standing alongside Adams. Ilowski goes for goal, trying to hit it, maybe a little knuckling, but unable to catch it cleanly and puts it out of the stadium. Halsey put in a good shift through 80 minutes. Salcedo playing alongside Adams, and Moberg will play on the right side like I mentioned. Lenny, let me know if those are reasons enough. Send me a DM, maybe we can hook you up with some tickets to get out here to a game and experience your first. We oftentimes get tweets from Matt Casey, who happens to be in attendance for his first ever game here at Zions Bank Stadium. Moberg goes down awkwardly. He's holding his shoulder, not something you want to see. Looks to be okay. That young dad needs both arms to hold that beautiful little girl of his. As you can see, he came down awkwardly. Something you do not want to see. Moberg playing it forward to Johnson. Ball up over top. Johnson. He's going to wait for the rushing defense, and it'll go out for a corner kick. Monarchs look like they have a life here late. Can they find the game winner in the final just under 10 minutes and change? Got the trainer coming back on. Their player down inside the 18 here in the 80 seconds. The Monarchs are back August 4th with the Toros. Take advantage of our family 4-pack. 4 tickets and 4 hot dogs for just $36. Call 844-REAL-TIX. A deal like that really cuts the mustard. 4 tickets and 4 hot dogs for just $36. Call 844-REAL-TIX. We're going to see a substitution. Traore. CC Uche will come on for him here late in the match. Monarchs with the corner kick. Ilowski looking back post towards Adams. Played inside the box. Takes a deflection off Salcedo's arm. And it'll be a goal kick coming. Excuse me, a free kick coming. Kyle Stump, Stumps Soccer on Twitter saying lots of creativity in the game, would love to see a winner for either side. Will we see a game winner in this match? Or will we see this one stay level? The deuces are wild. Seen both sides use substitutes pretty effectively and have some success. Good opportunity here coming. Vasquez wide. And Davis goes to grounds to protect the point so far. Monarchs fans clamoring for this Monarchs side to go for the victory, to roll the dice. Milan goes down. Be a foul called. And a free kick coming. Big switch there. Flores, he'll get it wide. Flores, he'll pick up his head. Looking, goes towards the touchline. Tries to go towards goal and into the side netting. And man, the young pup had the eyes for goal. Seeing if he could be the hero tonight. There's a lot of fans out there tweeting for both sides. Sending a few text messages. This is a big game for either side. Jennings inside the area. Jennings, Moberg steps up. And I know Sacramento FC would love nothing more than to see a Monarchs victory tonight. Ramirez showing his creativity. Ramirez, he picks up his head towards Milan. Milan, can he find Johnson? Towards Johnson, takes a deflection. Milan goes down inside the area. Back towards Davis. Davis, shot takes a weird deflection. It'll be a corner kick coming. Monarchs with 6 and change to find the game winner. Corner kick coming. Little tension here. It almost feels like there has to be something to give. For a lot, it felt like it might have been a 2-2 tie. At this point, it feels like still there might be a game winner for either side. Pulaski. Does not get it in. Light electric company asking, are the drums live? Get the camera crew to give a little shot on the drums here. They're adding some fun environment here at the stadium tonight. So we'll try to get a shot of that. Oh, there you go. Adding a little fun. We also know at Cashman Field, there's also some incredible fun things that happen there. Cash drops, llamas, camels. Fans right alongside the pitch. Molino's going to leave the match. Yaboa will come on for him. As we're all done with substitutions, both teams making and using their full complement of players to try to change this match. Steve Trundolo making the latest substitution. Flores to Bonce. Bonce back to Flores. Flores is going to play it forward. Mata's going to chase it down. Mata in towards the keeper. Rando does a good job coming off his line, using his head. Bonce's got to track back. Bonce gets there, and Davis lets it run. Vasquez. Julian plays it inside the area. Deflected by Moberg. Going to be a corner kick from Lights FC. Both teams, either one capable here late in this match to see if they can see out 3 points or if it ends in a 2-2 draw. Touchline. Ball played back stick by Vasquez. It looks like it's going to roll out on the opposite side, and it'll be a throw in here in the 88th. Moberg frustrated. It's our 4th official walking down. as Moberg, the captain, not a guy you want to mess with. I'll give a little advice. Do not mess with James Moberg. As you see from the camera angle in the corner, I think Moberg's frustrated by a little bit of the dive. He jumps up, runs at Moberg. Moberg does not love that. Quesada back to fall. Monarchs pressing, 89th. Las Vegas also pressing. Nice little turn, ball out wide. Ball's gonna be played inside the 18, towards goal and up and over the crossbar. A decent looking opportunity there from Las Vegas. Thanks to all those of you tweeting in tonight, sending tweets. Love hearing from fans out there, including my good friend and coach of Sacramento FC, Sacramento Republic FC, Mark Briggs. Appreciate the Twitter interaction tonight. Hopefully you guys have had fun listening in as well as joining the conversation. It's always a treat to have the computer as a partner. The good old tweet machine. Vasquez, he'll run forward, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. 90th minute of play. Stoppage time will be announced. Stoppage times tonight is brought to you by America First Credit Union. America First Credit Union has the financial products and services you need to take care of yourself, your family, and your business. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Who's going to gamble? And go for all three. Lights applying the pressure right now. Ball inside, cleared away, not completely. Quesada. Johnson in front of him. Quesada just over the bar. Looked to take a deflection, and that's one of those awkward ones coming through traffic that can be scary. One little deflection, and that one ends up in your nets at times. Corner kick will be taken here from the near side. It'll be driven in near post, headed away by Moberg. Vasquez, nice turn. The former RSL Academy product. Lights look to be the aggressors here in the last couple minutes or so. Flores looks forward towards Ramirez. Ramirez tries the turn, trying to find Mata. It'll be cut off by Las Vegas as Ramirez went down to ground kind of awkwardly. Salcedo battling. Salcedo, and the flag's gonna go up, and a free kick coming in a dangerous area. Dangerous free kick coming late in the match for Las Vegas Lights. This is a spot where you need to close things down if you're the Monarchs and want to walk away with the points. Monarchs with the two-man wall. This is a short corner and maybe a couple yards out, maybe 6 yards out. Ref blows his whistle. Ball's played in, back stick. And everybody collapses towards goal. And it's gonna be a goal kick coming. I don't know if Jeff got a touch. Looked like he reacted in the way that it was a touch. Like I mentioned, Monarchs back in action here on Wednesday, August 4th, 8 p.m. against RGV Toros. Ball forward, skips over Mata. Salcedo rises high to win the header. Still in the air. Davis tries to settle. Heavy touch there. Moberg. Light touch looking for Johnson. Bonse tries to get a touch on Jennings. He turns. Jennings going wide. Adams goes to ground, takes down Jennings, get us all ball. Monarchs gonna have an opportunity here late. 74th minute, Mata going forward. Mata, keeper comes out. And wisely done by Lights FC keeper, Alex Rondo. That might have been a savor of some points. Ramirez goes forward. Ramirez goes down, and we have a penalty kick. Dying minutes here at Zions Bank Stadium, and the Monarchs are going to have a penalty kick. We're going to have to take a replay look, but it looks like he got that touch before the challenge came in, and the Monarchs might have an opportunity to go for all three. Got the touch, got his foot stepped on, and that's a penalty kick. And a harshly done situation there for Las Vegas. But Max Matza will step up looking for the brace. The Kiwi will try to give the Monarchs all 3 points here at Zions Bank Stadium. We're officially or unofficially through that 4. Mata. Milan instead will step up. Milan Oloski. Milan with the chance for all 3 points here at Zions Bank Stadium. Rondo on his line. Milan steps forward. Milan stutters and a goal! Monarchs with all 3 and ice in the veins. As the Monarchs with 3 points coming as the whistle cannot come soon enough. Milan's gonna see yellow for the shirt off. But ice in the veins as he steps up, takes a stutter, and calmly, smoothly puts that one in the back of the net. Took that stuttered, waited for the keeper to go to his right, keeper's rights, and he calmly put that one in the back of the net. Whistle. Light's gonna throw numbers forward. In the dying moments of this match, it was about 94 and a few when the whistle blew. Can't be much longer. Fans calling for the whistle to be blown. Ball played forward, and it's gonna go out. And our center referee blows the whistle, and the Monarchs secure 3 points and only their 3rd victory of the season to move to 3, 8, and 4, and 13 points, as that's a big victory for the Monarchs. Lights are gonna fall to 4, 9, and 1 on the season at 13 points, and that's gonna feel like a heavy loss for them, as they led for much of the match, only to give one up late and see a PK in stoppage time for the 3 points for the Monarchs. We're gonna take a break and we'll be back with thoughts and highlights after this.
Atlas Disposal is dedicated to preserving the spaces we share.
We also understand the importance of sustaining our resources.
We're proud to bring our operations to Utah with technologies like zero-emission vehicles and a new recycling system coming to Rio Tinto Stadium starting in 2020.
Together, we can keep Utah beautiful and sustainable for generations to come.
The best line of defense against the virus is getting the vaccine.
Take your shot.
Tomar la vacuna.
Let's get back in the game.
Volvamos al juego.
Get vaccinated.
Vacúnate.
For yourself.
For your teammates.
Por tu compañero de equipo.
For your family.
And for the community.
For information on getting vaccinated, visit coronavirus.utah.gov.
Rule the playground. Toyota, let's go places.
Zion is much more than just these cliffs. We're all a part of this. When I'm painting, my goal is ultimately to inspire people through that artwork to go out and find their own personal experience. I think that only when we personally connect with a place do we truly gain the power to protect it. And that's the whole point, is to protect this place, not just for us here today, but for future generations forever.
Tonight's match has been brought to you by Zions Bank. For banking that helps you tackle every financial challenge, Zions Bank is for you. By MarketStar, explore something more at MarketStar. Visit marketstar.com for careers. And by University of Utah Health, the trusted healthcare provider for the RSL family and yours. Visit uofuhealth.org. Monarchs collect all 3 points tonight in what was an exciting finish here at Zions Bank Stadium. Let's check out the upcoming schedule for the Monarchs. Like we mentioned, on the road against El Paso on the weekends. 7:30 kick in El Paso, then back home against RGV, and then on the road for a couple against Landon Donovan's side in San Diego and at Indy 11 with a tough matchup in August with only one home game in early August. But the Monarchs are going to feel good walking away with 3 points as they defeated the house tonight and overcame Las Vegas Lights. And the Lights, like we mentioned, scored in the 23rd and 62nd. Monarchs leveled things up in the 73rd with a goal from Juan Mata, and then Milan Alosky finished things off with a calm, cool, collected PK to win things and secure all 3 points. And the Monarchs needed that. That was something they hadn't had. Had a rough July, winless in July, 7-2 goal differential, or 7-2 in the goals category. But tonight put in 3 goals, give up 2, but walk away with the victory and a big night for a couple guys. Charlie Weehan and Mata scored their first goals in Monarchs uniforms, and Charlie Weehan with his first professional goal. All in all, a good night for the Monarchs. The Lights have to be a little frustrated with that performance, having played pretty well as of recent, not incredibly solid in their last 5, but overall had been sitting in a position of playoffs. Tonight, that one's going to put them a little bit down and cause a little bit of concern for Steve Trundolo, but some things to look forward and some bright spots. Cal Jennings playing phenomenally, scored his 4th goal on the season, and a goal from Torres as well to make his total 3. Again, thanks for tuning in tonight here on ESPN Plus, as well as the KUTV app. From our wonderful crew, I'm Landon Southwick. We'll call that a night. We'll quit putting money in the slot machine, and we'll see you next time here on ESPN Plus.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.